going to give running our food waste through the mulcher a go, and then composting it. So it'll be great for the worm farm because they are able to eat and digest the smaller pieces quicker. It'll be great for the chooks because it's already cut up. Although I don't want to put too much potato in the compost because too much potato, especially raw potato, isn't great for them. Not feeding them to the pigs either because it's not good for them either. So I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do with the potatoes yet. Maybe in the compost bin with some newspaper and some hay laid up. We were putting them in there whole, but I didn't want potatoes to sprout up everywhere through our veggie patch. Potatoes are great, but you know, there's only so many potatoes you can eat and grow and have to deal with. Just to speed up the composting process, because we've got this one here rotting away. Hopefully we'll get that on in the garden in 3 to 4 weeks. That would be ideal, that would be fantastic. I think the garden will love us. And I think if we cut everything up smaller, that'll be even quicker than that. So yeah, it's an exciting experiment. I like experimenting and seeing what works in the garden and what works for us and what works for the resources that we are able to get our hands on. Squizzy here wants to earn some money. What are you going to buy with your money?
Maybe a lawnmower or a motorbike.
So he's doing some chores for us. This is out of choice. By him, he gets chores that he has to do inside the house, along with everyone else. His chore is making breakfast, and every now and then he'll empty the dishwasher, among some other things like, you know, packing up his toys after he plays with them and stuff like that. So out here he's washing the bins out because we're going to take them back to the supermarket to swap over. What else have you done today, Squiz?
Cut some yucky avocados.
He hates avocados, so he had to cut the avocados because I want to save the pips to grow some avocado trees to plant throughout our farm. What else did you do?
Take the mum and stuff and leave the ducklings in the pen and let the mum duck out and collect the eggs.
There you go. Do you know what else you're going to do today?
Ride the lawn.
He'll probably help us mulch the rest of the food that we pick up later on, and we'll see. I'm sure there's some other jobs there if he wants them, if he wants to earn the money.
I'm gonna own like at least $10 today, and maybe every day.
There you go.
$10 or maybe more. Probably 20.
So 2018 was an amazing year for us. We finally sold our house, which we bought to renovate, to sell, to buy this. It took us 6 long years to do. It was hard, it was tiring, it was frustrating, it was exciting at the same time to be able to buy something so cheap, watch the market go up, and then watch our hard work in designing and restoring a house pay off at auction. We had dreamed for, at that stage, over 11 years. We had dreamed since we started dating that we would one day buy some land. And back then, I think the dream was, you know, a couple of acres because we were young and that's what we thought we could afford. Plus we wanted to do other things like travel around Australia, and we had 3 kids also in the meantime. But it was amazing to finally get to live out our dream and sell our suburban house and move out of suburbia and into the country and onto a farm where we can be self-sufficient, grow our own food, raise our own animals. It is something we've been dreaming about for a very, 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 very long time. So 2019 is set to be a year fulfilling some of those dreams. We're already there, we're already growing a lot of our own food. We're not buying any veggies. We do have to buy fruit, but that's merely waiting on fruit trees and regeneration of the orchard. But our goals for 2019, or my goals personally, is to be able to live self-sufficiently. We'll have meat to harvest. We're harvesting some chickens today. We'll be harvesting some lambs. We are getting half a steer as payment for having the cattle on our property. Now that isn't our cow, but it is our grass, so I feel quite satisfied with that. We will have piglets, hopefully, and I reckon we would have pig or pork for Christmas next year. I think that's all the animals we wanted to raise for meat. One day I would adore a dairy animal. Our fences are not suitable for goats, and we all prefer cow's milk. I just don't tolerate it too well, but one day maybe I will get a house cow. But that's not a 2019 goal. But we do want to be more productive in the garden. We want to be preserving our excess produce so we can eat it through the cooler months when we can't grow as much.
I want to get my
Goal for 2019.
Finish rendering and full-time work on the farm.
So quit your job?
Quit my job and be full-time on the farm.
Do you think you'll be able to be full-time on the farm, or do you think you'll be able to cut down your days? Do you think that being full-time on the farm is realistic for 2019, or is that like a 5-year plan?
Maybe doing the odd couple of jobs locally, 1 or 2 jobs a month, just for a bit of extra income. But yeah, I think it'll be very close by the end of this year, if not definitely the year after.
Well, this year is about to end in 5 hours.
Yeah, but this isn't going to be uploaded until next year. But yes, okay. If it's not by the end of 2019, definitely somewhere in 2020, it'll be full time on the farm.
Maybe hold the geese.
It's a pretty good goal. I'd love to hold a goose too. What's your goal for next year? What's something that you want to do next year? Question? Do you want me to question you? Are you sure? Sarah, what are you doing?
Taking
Collecting the eggs?